When the sun goes down, the visions come alive. Vision Gas Network after dark, where they both thrive. Randomness and fun, where the talents dive. Into the night, our stories we contrive. Vision Gas Network after dark, let's get real. In the night, our unguarded selves we reveal. Fun, talent, and randomness in the night seal. Vision Gas Network after dark, the deal is sealed.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to a very special edition of the Visioncast Network. Yeah, I had to do that because it's fun. Anyway, we're super excited to be here. We have a very special guest of honor, but before we get to our guest of honor, we are going to let you know that we're going to do the interview the first hour, and then the second hour we're going to get into randomness and announcements. So that is how we're going to roll here. So with that being said, let's get this out the way. If I can get to the right window, sometimes that happens. Alright, so let's introduce our guest of honors. I am your, well, not guest of honors, our original crew, rather. I am yours truly, JC, your podcast president. And we have our producer extraordinaire, Angela. Hey, what's up, Angela?
Hi, everyone. What's up? This is Angela J, a.k.a. Cloud11, and I will be hosting... Oh, there's Philip. I will be hosting the second half of this show.
Yep, the second half.
Hosting.
Anyway, that's George you just heard. We'll get to him in a second. But we got Donald, who is, among many things, is the one who handles our show on Super Hit Mix Radio. What's up, Donald?
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight? Glad to be here.
All right, yeah, glad to be here too. All right, and we have our pain in the butt, George, who always doesn't know what's going on because he sometimes...
I'm more than those shoes.
We just love to give you crap. What's up, George?
I'm doing good, JC. I was fast for the second hour because our anniversary coming up, so I was fast for her. I just created last night. She doesn't know about it at all, so it'll be interesting reaction. Hopefully, you get a reaction. So that's me. I'm George, and I am out.
Yep, that is good to know. And joining us on telephone, or actually before we get to that, we'll introduce Katie, who just came in. Hey, Katie.
Hello. How are you?
What's up?
What's up?
Not much.
All right, and last but certainly not least in this crew, we have Phil from California, heading home from a long day at work. What's up, Phil?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, it's definitely a long day. I'm just halfway home. Yeah, it's a bit windy over here, but other than that, it's all cool.
Yep, and you can go ahead and mute until we are ready for you. That will be greatly appreciated because we are excited, and we did get everybody in line except for our VP, Preston, who will show up later. Why? Because he decided to do other things instead of being with us for this important occasion. Dang you, Preston! Dang you! No, just kidding. We love you, Preston.
He's fired. He's fired.
No. All right. Anyway, on to the main event. We are super excited. We have been waiting so patiently to get this individual on, and you heard her last week, and she comes to community karaoke and brings it every single weekend with her guitar or her keyboard. But among many other things, she is above all else, a great author with a great story to tell, and believe she does have a story to tell because she just released her book, and you can find it on her website and all that kind of thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on this VisionCast virtual stage, the one, the only, Abby Johnson Taylor!
Wow.
How do you like that?
Well, thank you, JC.
I kind of do like what the sports announcers do now, like
My goodness, yeah.
with reverb and everything, thanks to my incredible mixer. But it's good
I
to have you
know.
on. Thank you so much for taking the time to jump on and
Oh, my pleasure.
chat. This is the first time that you're ever on this podcast with us,
Yes,
period.
yes.
I know you have other interviews, but it'll come in due course in the future. But for this one, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we get kind of random. So, we do ask the people that are here, if you have a question, you can, I would say raise your hand or speak up or whatever, but don't speak, just, kind of make your questions brief and try not to cut people off because that's what we're working on here. So,
Well, don't talk over each other. Just we'll give
Yeah.
a pause so people can ask.
okay, yeah, pause. Yeah, thank you. I'll pause. See, that's why I have my great producer here because without Angela, we would not have this podcast. Anyway, lovey. So, Abby, go ahead and give the folks an introduction about your book that just came out and the name of the book and just a brief synopsis on what the book is about. And then when you're done, we'll, you know, have, questions fired up. So
Okay.
go ahead.
Sure. All right. So, my new book that just came out last month, it's a collection of short stories. It's called Living Vicariously in Wyoming. And it's just some slices of life stories about people who get themselves into ordinary and not so ordinary situations. Some of the stories have satisfying endings, and some of them just kind of leave you up in the air. So, and that's basically what it's about. And if you do go to my website, and I will give that here. It's HTT, and maybe you can put it in your show notes, www.abbiejohnson.com. And there you will find pages for all of my books. And on those pages, you'll find links to where they can be downloaded from Bookshare or Bard or purchased. There are also reviews and all kinds of stuff on that website. And there's also a link to my blog. And then there's a contact form. You can get in touch with me via email if you'd like to. So yeah, that's basically all there is to tell about the book. And this is my 7th book. So if you want, I can talk about the others as well if anybody is interested.
Well, Abby,
Awesome.
this is Preston here. I just came in.
Hi, Preston. Nice to meet you. I think I'm going to talk to you last week. Were you here last week?
I was here for like the last hour.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I've been to your website while we were preparing over the past month, and it's pretty impressive, folks.
Oh, thank you.
You should definitely go ahead and check it out and bookmark it. I have it on our VisionCast Facebook page and our email list, but she has a hodgepodge of books. She has her books, she has her music and videos and other stuff. So we'll make sure the links gets in your show notes. But from what I've been reading in your bio, Abby, you've been all over this great country of ours. You were in Wyoming. You did some time in I'm trying to remember.
Well, I was in Fargo, North Dakota for a music therapy internship. I did a lot of my growing up in Arizona. I was born in New York City, and we lived in Boulder, Colorado for a while, and then Tucson, Arizona. And then I'm here in Sheridan, Wyoming. And then I went to school in Billings, Montana, and lived in Fargo, North Dakota for 6 months, where I did my music therapy internship, and then came back here. So, yeah.
It's safe to say you did a lot of, exploring and growing in that time. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
It's very amazing how, people when they write books, they write different, memoirs, and they have like a suitcase, whether on their actual bookshelf or in their library filled with books. And the question that I had thought of right when Preston, our VP of the podcast, was chatting, is there an audio version of this the book that you just released available?
Not yet. Not of the new one. Not yet. However, the Perkins Library, which is one of the talking book libraries that uploads the books up to Bard, they will be recording it sometime the end of the summer. And I'm hoping to get it on Audible, but I've had some technical difficulties with ACX. But I'm hoping I'm going to keep persisting and hopefully get that done sometime, maybe this summer or sometime. But it is on Bookshare. So if you go to my website and you find the book there, you'll find a direct link to the Bookshare site. Or if you prefer to use an app, you can just search for Living Vicariously in Wyoming. And then if you want to read my other books, all my other books are on Bookshare as well. Just search for ABBIE JOHNSON Taylor, Abby Johnson Taylor. If you type that into where you would search for, I think depends on what app you're using. Some of them have edit fields for author search. If you typed in Abby Johnson Taylor into that search field, my books should come up.
Wow.
And then three of my other books, the more recent books, I've got 2 novels and a memoir. They are on Bard. And same thing if you search for Abby Johnson Taylor on either the Bard website or whatever app you use to read Bard books, those books should come up.
That's impressive. You can also find it on Dolphin Easy Reader and other.
Any app that you use to read Bookshare and Bard, you should be able to find them.
Yep, Bard, and they are coming out with a new talking book player, which
that's right. Yeah, that should be coming out. It's already being sent out to some libraries, I understand.
Yep.
But yeah, and if you are interested in getting that, it's supposed to be really neat because it's supposed to be able to connect to Wi-Fi, and then you can also play just, I think, straight MP3 files on it as well. And so you might want to call your regional library and let them know you want to get it when it's available.
Yep, that is.
If you want it.
Yep, that is very interesting, and we will highlight that in a future podcast, and maybe in the not too distant future, if there's any updates on the Victor Reader line of products, we'll have to get Peter Tusick back and see what is up with him at Humanware in the future. So.
Yeah.
But anyhow, back to this one. Do you guys on the team have any questions? George, Angela, or Philip, or any of y'all? Do y'all have any questions for Abby regarding the book or whatever?
I actually do have I do have a question.
Yes.
Abby, thank you for being on our show.
My pleasure.
I got a question. Have you ever been to Cody, Wyoming?
Yes, I have. I've been through there. I've gone there for writers' conferences in high school. I went there for speech meet, and a few times when I went with my family to Yellowstone Park, we stopped through there. So yes, I've been to Cody.
Oh wow, impressive!
Yeah. Do you know somebody? You have friends in Cody? Or family?
I do have family in Cody.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's not too far. It's about maybe a 5 or 6 hour drive west from here over the mountains.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, well, I've never been to Wyoming, so
yeah,
that's one of the trips I would like to make. But for right now, my trips are booked. Well, one trip is booked because I'll be going to Florida, but that will come later.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, you've been like all over the place. George, do you have a question for Abby?
Yeah. How'd you get in as far as writing? How'd you get into writing as far as for career wise?
How did I get into writing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was working as a registered music therapist in a nursing home and in other facilities here in Sheridan in about 2000 or so. I kind of got bitten you might say bitten by the writing bug. I took a creative writing class at a summer camp for the blind on Catherine Mountain, and I kind of started dabbling into it. And in 2000, I joined a local group here in town called Range Writers. And it just kind of, my career just kind of kicked off from then. I really didn't start writing full time until 2005, because I was working sometimes 40-hour weeks until then.
Wow.
And then when I married my late husband, Bill, he convinced me to quit the day job and write full time.
Awesome. Wow, that's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
That's impressive that you were bitten by the writing bug. That's pretty impressive that you were bitten by that.
Well, and you know what? I think what really, and now that I think of it, what really inspired that bug to get me was, I think it was in 1998. I think it was, my dad talked me getting into a Mac computer. Oh, and I just triggered, never mind. I just triggered my device, my A-lady with that C word. I forgot.
Oops. Bummer.
Well, you don't need to help me with that, sir. Sorry, it just said I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. When you get triggered by that, you
you
have
to be careful sometimes if you say that C word around, if you have it set as a wake word for your AMAZON device. So anyway, and that was when I realized, oh, it's so easy to write now because I can go back and more easily, correct mistake. Before, I'd done some writing and I was typing, and with my limited vision, it was hard for me to really go back and correct stuff. If I type something like a letter, and if I saw enough typos, I would just redo it, and that that was a real drag. So when I got the Mac and learned that I could easily go back and correct mistakes, I think that's kind of what got me interested in writing and doing some more writing.
So cool.
I've kind of been writing off and on before then, but I really didn't take it seriously until I got that computer, I think.
Wow.
Cool.
That's impressive that you write different books. And on a side note, you did, I know that you love doing karaoke, but can you tell the folks that about a little bit about your background and just a little brief background on like your music and the groups that you're involved in?
Sure. Well, I actually have a BA in music. And after I graduated from Rocky Mountain College in Billings, Montana in 1985 with a BA in music, I was really interested in doing psychology, something with psychology. And so a career counselor at the college suggested music therapy. And I looked into that and I thought, well, yeah, that would be interesting. So after I graduated in 1985 from Rocky Mountain College, I went to Eastern Montana College in Billings that had a music therapy program. And I was there for 2 years. I did, classrooms, took classes. I did some practicum. And then I moved to Fargo, North Dakota for 6 months, where I did the internship before returning here to Sheridan. And then I got my registration. And then I worked for 15 years in nursing homes. And but now I don't do that anymore because I'm busy with my writing, but I do play my guitar and piano, or not both, the guitar or the piano, whichever, is available. I will play one or the other. Mostly the guitar when I go to nursing homes and other facilities here in town and play the guitar and sing. And then occasionally, like next month, my church is having on the last Friday of the month, they have a music series where they invite local musicians to come in and play and sing for an hour or do, perform for an hour. And so I'll be doing that next month, and I'll be using the piano. And then I do the services there the second Sunday of the month. I do all the music for those services, and I use the piano for that too. But otherwise, I use the guitar. And then I sing with a group here it's at our local senior center, which is called the Hub. And so our choral group is called the Hubcaps. And then we have a band that's called the Lugnuts. And so you have the Hubcaps and the Lugnuts.
And you have guitar players as well as other musicians.
Well, yeah, the band. I think the band. I think for our upcoming show in May, I think we'll have a keyboard and guitar and a bass and a drummer. Is what we'll have singing with us.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Nice. And I think, Donald, you had a question?
No, they?
I thought I heard Donald. Donald, are you still there?
I said cool. Yeah, I said cool, but that was it.
Actually, JC, while we wait for him, I do have another question for Abby.
Okay.
And I'm sure this is out on your website, but have you won any awards for your writing yet?
Well, I've had some stuff published. I really haven't won any awards, but a lot of my stuff is published in various places, and of course, I've published 7 books.
Right. So you definitely have a good resume. So never say never.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It might happen. You never know.
Yeah, just keep the faith and keep being optimistic. Hey, before you know it, maybe later you'll be up to I don't know, 15 or 20 books.
That's
whatever
a
the good Lord
possibility.
allows.
I'm lucky if I can. Some authors publish more than 1 book a year. I'm lucky if I can come up with a book idea every 2 or 3 years. So we'll see. And I'm going to be 64 next month. So I maybe have another 20 years tops. I'm hoping maybe more. As long as I stay healthy, and we'll see. We'll see.
That's a good track record.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Well, you did mention 64, so you did say 64 next week. Did you say that next?
No, I'll be turning 64 in June in a couple months.
Okay. Oh, in a couple months.
In June, yes, yeah.
You're gonna be. So basically, you're gonna still write books when you're 64. There you go. I had to do that.
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah.
That's really cool that you're gonna be doing. Dude, that's really cool that you're gonna be
but
writing
maybe
books.
the question I have for my readers is: will you still need me? Will you still read me when I'm 64? Woo!
Wow!
Right, there you go.
Wow!
Awesome.
I love it.
That was really good singing there. A really impromptu singing. That's really impressive. We should have you send more stuff for the VC Talent Show. Actually, if you have recordings, you can send it to me, and I'll send it to Angela or George, and they'll be happy to put it in the Dropbox for you so that we can feature you.
Well, thank you.
That'll be really excellent. Which, Angela, do you have a question for Abby? You've been awfully quiet there.
That's unusual.
George, come on.
Oh, it is.
She's
but
not
she's not asleep.
No, I was gonna say she's not sleeping.
Her mic broke.
She's been working all day for podcast editing. So she's been working all day.
Yep, she's doing great.
She is still here, so she is listening.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of uploading content.
Well, I can't imagine how she'd fall asleep during all our conversation here. I hope that didn't happen.
No, she's not falling asleep. She's doing good though. But while we're waiting for that, another question that I thought of is so what is coming up next for you after writing your book? Are you gonna do any more interviews, or are you gonna be going around virtually, checking on how the books are doing in terms of reviews?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm still promoting the book. I'm hoping I'm going to order some more copies. I meant to do it this month and just didn't get around to it, so I'm going to wait till the first of the month when I get more funds, because it might be a little bit expensive. But I'm going to order some print copies and hopefully do a signing at the bookstore. And then, of course, I'll always keep copies around in case somebody wants a signed copy, as opposed to getting one, from the internet, ordering one from Amazon or wherever. So. Yeah. And of course, I'm always doing stuff on my blog to promote my books. And yeah, and then I'm hoping the next thing I hope to publish sometime, I don't know when, will be a book of poems. I've already published 2 other poetry books, but this one, what might be kind of more like what you might call an autobiographical book of poems. They're poems written about my childhood and adulthood, and I've put them in chronological order. And so kind of like an autobiography from birth till maybe somewhere close to the present time, depending on when I get around to publishing it. So
Nice.
That's really awesome.
yeah.
There she is.
Yes, I've
know.
returned. I had to step away for a bit, so I'm going to have to replay part of this.
Oh, yeah.
You're good. I'm safe then.
George, I'll deal with you in the second hour. So, yeah.
Yeah, so do you have a question for Abby, Angela, now that you're here?
Yeah, I do. I hope she didn't answer because I stepped away for a few,
That's
so I
okay.
didn't hear everything.
No worries.
So you said this book is about like stories of your time in Wyoming?
These are, well, the book that just came out is some fictional stories about different people in Wyoming in different situations.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Do you know, is there an audio version of it yet?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. The Perkins Library will be recording it probably sometime the end of the summer, and I'm hoping to get on Audible. I've run into some technical difficulties with ACX, but I'm hoping to get those resolved soon and get the ball rolling to get up on Audible. So
Okay, well that's cool. So like, did you have like a lot of history in Wyoming? Is that why you wrote this?
Well, no, what inspired me to write this book was I read a collection of short stories called The State We're In by Ann Beattie. And now these stories are set in Maine. But I thought, well, and I've already written some stories that are set here in Wyoming. Why not just, put together a similar collection? And so that's what I did.
Okay, cool. So that's really interesting. Definitely sounds sounds really interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool. We do have a lot of book lovers out there and bookaholics out there that really interest our fancies in other books. So one of the other burning questions I would like to ask, if if I may, is what other books do you like to read from other authors besides the ones that you have written?
Well, my tastes have mellowed with age. I used to like mysteries and romance, but not that much anymore. I kind of like, some general fiction. I don't like a lot of strong language or violence. I like memoirs. Now, I just started reading a book last night that's somebody on the DB review list recommended. It's on Bard. It's called Good Night, John Boy. It's by Earl Hamner, who wrote the book about the Waltons and the script for the TV series. And this book it talks about, he talks about how, his life and how he kind of relates it to the stories of the Waltons. And I think there are information, articles in there from other people who are involved with the Waltons. And I always enjoyed that show when I was a kid. So that's the kind of thing I like to read, some memoirs and some general fiction and of course poetry. I like to read poetry too.
That's awesome. Yeah, my family actually loves that show too, especially my mom.
Oh,
she loves watching the Waltons.
Yes, yeah. I enjoyed that. I was growing up in the 70s when it was on TV, and I watched it regularly. Yeah.
That was way before my time.
Yeah. Well, if you're interested in it, your younger people are interested, it's probably on Netflix or some other streaming service.
I'll have to look into it. Yeah, definitely. George,
it's just a neat. It's about a family living in the Depression in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia.
Oh.
And it's just kind of different things happening in the family. There's like 7 or 8 kids, and grandma and grandpa and mom and dad, and they all live together, and things happen.
Well, I am a history buff. I love everything to do with history. So.
Oh yeah. And then you can also check out Earl Hamner's books on Bard. There's this one that I mentioned, but then there's one called Homecoming, which is a Christmas one, and then there's one I haven't read yet called Spencer's Mountain, and I think that might be a novel, another novel about the family. I think he based it on his family.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's so interesting. It's so interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I'll have
Yeah.
to go back and listen to what I missed, because I missed quite a bit, apparently. I was only gone for like, what, 15 minutes? That's quite a bit, though.
I think so.
Yep.
I lost track.
Yeah, but I did check to make sure you were present. So you were, but
I
you
was
stepped-
present, but I stepped away. Yeah, I stepped away.
Yeah, and Donald, I'm
cool.
not
This is
sure
cool.
if Donald is still here, because I was going to
Yeah,
ask if
he is.
Donald had a question for Abby.
Donald, do you have a question for Abby?
Yeah.
Oh, Donald.
Hope he didn't.
He's wrong.
Doze
he,
off
he
or-
might be muted and not realize.
He wasn't muted a minute ago before we started, so
Yeah. Probably muted and stepped away.
he probably
Yeah,
did.
well,
I think
sometimes that
probably.
happens.
So then you live in Wyoming, Abby?
I'm in Sheridan, Wyoming. Yep. And
Oh,
I've been
cool.
here since my family moved here in 1973 so that my father could take over
Wow, nice.
the running of the family's coin-operated machine business. So he serviced jukeboxes and video games and
Oh,
vending
wow.
machines in Sheridan and surrounding areas. Yeah.
How far
That's
is
so
that
cool.
from Cheyenne?
It's about an 8-hour drive north of Cheyenne.
Ah, okay. So that's a ways
Wow.
away.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it is a ways away.
1973, that's when George was born.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. 1973, that's interesting.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's
This is Donald. I was born in 1964, so
Oh. Okay.
Did you have a question for Abby, Donald?
no, I didn't, huh?
Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
we thought we heard your
um,
voice earlier, so we were just wondering. We
Yeah,
didn't
we-
want to leave
yeah.
you out if you had something you wanted to ask me.
Nope, not right now. I don't.
Okay.
He writes books
Well,
as well, and he does them
Oh, do
via
you?
audio.
Oh, well, what do you write, Donald?
What's that again?
What do you write? You write books?
Oh, I write books on internet marketing related stuff. I do internet marketing.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
And it's all
Wonderful.
TTS based on 11 Labs.
Yeah,
which is
I've been
cool.
helping him convert them, and I just finished a book. It's like a romance drama. It's called Whispers of Freedom. It's set in Iran, and
Oh.
it's about these two girls that met in English class, and they fell in love. Of course, in Iran, same-sex relationships is not only frowned upon; it's illegal.
Right.
And their parents caught them, so they escaped to Belgium.
Oh, geez. Wow. Well, that's interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Game series. You create a great game thing.
Yeah, I'm working on having ChatGPT code a game. It's not quite there yet. It can code basic stuff, but it's not quite there for an interactive choose your own choice game. Not
Very
quite
cool.
yet. But it's getting there. It's getting there. In a few years it'll be there.
Hold on.
Hope it's accessible, because I definitely want to check that out.
Oh,
and-
it will be. It will be.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Yep.
program I did is accessible.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have yet to check it out because I've been swamped with so many activities, and I do have a bit of exciting news, but we will get to that momentarily when we get into our randomness. So stick around for that, and it's going to be something very interesting. Unfortunately, it will be for the Mac, but for those that have Macs, get ready because it's going to be amazing. Anyway, another question. I know you've done a lot of genres for karaoke and others. Is there a specific genre that you have not touched on yet, or you would like to do in the not too distant future for either community karaoke or possibly the VC talent show in the future? Huh? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know that there's anything I'm definitely not into heavy metal.
Me neither.
I'm not really into rap or punk or grunge or any of that stuff.
Same.
So so there really isn't anything I don't want to do. Now for community karaoke in a couple of weeks, the theme is going to be songs that make you cringe. And I was going to participate in that one, but then one of my singing groups that I belonged or used to belong to, I don't anymore because I just don't have the time. But the director of that group is going to be leaving town probably this summer, and so the gals in that group, it's a women's singing group, and the gals are planning a dinner for her on that same night. Originally, it was supposed to be on May 4th, but then we had to change the date because some people couldn't come. So I figured, well, I can, and I was one of them because I had something else going on that night. But I figured, well, for once to say goodbye to Susan, I could give up karaoke for one night. And I was only too happy to do that because I did pick out a couple of songs, but I really didn't want to sing them. So I got out of that. So unless Cindy says, well, I want you to sing those songs, she might tell me that later. But right now, I'm off the hook.
You could definitely record them because that's what people do when they are out of pocket. They come back and they start recording for whatever reason if they have an event going
if I
on,
wanted to, but these are songs that make me cringe, and so they're songs I really don't want to sing.
Yeah, well, I have one that I did pick, and it's Crazy Frog by Axel Left. Crazy Frog is the most repetitive one. I mean, the beat is good. The beat slaps, but the lyrics, they're just a bunch of ring-a-dings.
If I was to do the songs that make me cringe, that'd be a toss-up between Shakira, Hips Don't Lie.
Oh, that's a good one. That's featuring Wyclef Jean. That was from 2005.
I do not like Shakira at all.
No. Really?
Well,
that's the first.
Cringeworthy for one person may not be cringeworthy for somebody else.
Good to know, Laura. Thank you. Good to know.
Or I could do Barbie Girl, which is even worse.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah.
I saw
come
that
on. That's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bull Honky. Good song indeed. And I just bought an oceanfront property in Phoenix.
Wait, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
That is cringe. I would not do that song.
I would rather listen to My Hips Don't Lie than Barbie Girl, so I think Barbie Girl took the cake.
I know.
Yeah, good enough. That's all good enough.
Yeah,
What
I don't
about
like
Toy
Barbie
Box?
Igor, I don't like that either.
What about Toy Box?
I don't know.
Toy Box, some of their songs are pretty good for Toy Box.
Yeah, Toy Box. I think it's your whatever that song is. I think they're from Danish, from what I heard.
The kid on doing over.
Yeah, they're probably from Danish. I heard of them, and
the band Aqua?
I
think that's the band name, Aqua.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. It's
Yep.
So songs that make you cringe, the songs we don't like. Yeah, I'll sing Barbie Girl and I'll butcher the damn song intentionally, just to show how cringe-worthy it is.
Yeah, or you can just have me sing out of key, or I could do it out of key.
It has to be me, Doodles. But you can join me in a duet.
Right.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
In a Barbie world.
Fantastic. Now that's been going through my head in the last few minutes, and you were mentioning that. Oh Lord.
that song. Yeah, that song gives cringe totally. But yeah,
we should butcher that together. Yeah, that'd be a great thing.
That'll be good for the VC talent show when we play random stuff.
That will be hilarious. I'll pay to see that. Oh boy.
I'm down. Sweetness, are you down for that?
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Wow, this will be interesting.
Yeah, coming soon, folks. Our first butchering talent on this show. This is going to be impressive.
It'll give you guys cringe.
Well,
No.
actually, we have some. I think in our archives we have some butchering stuff. I'm gonna go back and scroll through because we've done so much over the past 3.5 years.
Yeah, we have an anniversary coming up, which we'll get to later. We'll mention that later, but it's gonna be so amazing. But Katie,
Hey, Abby,
do you
are
ever?
you still there?
Oh, okay. Wait. Go ahead, Donald, and then we'll get to
Are you
Katie.
still there, Abby?
I'm still here. Yes.
Have you ever been to Texas?
No, well, I've been through Texas. Last year when I flew to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. From here, I had a layover in Dallas for not more than maybe
I
half
live
an
in
hour or
Beaumont,
so.
Texas.
That's
Yeah.
that's really the only
Yeah.
extent to which I've been to. And there's some other times when I've come through Dallas, on my way elsewhere. I've been stuck in your airport in Dallas for maybe
No,
half an hour at the
I
most.
live in Beaumont, Texas, which is near
Oh,
Houston. We're not too far from Houston.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm down in southeast Texas.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have a
Yeah.
brother who lives in Baltimore, Maryland.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Question?
Yeah, we're gonna get to Katie, and then yeah, Katie, do you have a question for Abby?
No.
You just heard. Oh, there you are. There you are. Go ahead.
Good.
Did you say no, Katie? I think you said no.
Do you have a question, Katie?
No, I don't.
Okay.
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 That's fine. We just wanted to check and make sure.
I think the bar girl makes you cringe off. I think that was saying or about
Nah.
the song bar girl.
Although I did think of something thanks to Donald. Abby, have you ever been to Seattle or Phoenix?
Actually, I lived in Tucson, Arizona for 8 years, and I think we did drive to Phoenix once or twice. I don't remember, but I lived in Tucson for quite a while.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm in Seattle right now, but
Oh, okay.
one day it'd be cool to go back to Phoenix again. I like Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you'd want to be there in the summertime. I think that's one of the reasons why and one reason, despite the fact that my dad felt obligated to run the family business, was it was just so hot in Arizona in the summertime.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And,
but, yep.
whereas in this part of the country where I am now, it does get hot, but then it always cools off at night. And, so when it doesn't do that in Arizona and some of those, states out in the southern hemisphere. So,
Well, you know me, I'm proud to be in New York, so.
I'm a desert rat myself, but even the heat sometimes gets to me, so I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
Desert rat.
Yeah. Well, I stream radio from all over the place across the country and worldwide, and it doesn't help when you guys get all those desert storms and dust storms.
Right.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but when I did my training in Colorado 11 years ago, I got a few stations from Cheyenne.
Oh. Uh-huh.
So, but
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, because Cheyenne's not that far. I'm guessing maybe 2 or 3 hours from Denver, I think, as the crow flies.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too, because it was, we were connected to like I-25.
Right.
They had 25, 70. They got all the major interstates covered. So yeah.
Yes.
That's really interesting. Yeah, you discover stations from what was that location again?
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Cheyenne. Yeah.
That was
Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah. It's
that
one of
was
those.
That was a city of license for one of the stations, the country stations, but they also covered Fort Collins. I think they marketed to Fort Collins.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's really interesting.
But it's right on the same high interstate that goes into Cheyenne.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. What about countries? Have you ever been to any countries, Abby?
Well, I did take a trip to Mexico with my dad when we were living in Tucson, Arizona. We've been studying Spanish, and we thought it might be fun to actually practice what we'd learned in Mexico. And that was the summer that we moved here to Wyoming. But right before we did that, Dad and I decided to do that. And so we we took the bus from Tucson to Nogales, and then we took a train from Nogales to Hermosillo, which is in the state of Sonora in Mexico. We spent a night there, and then the next day we took a bus to Guaymas, which is by the sea. We spent a couple days there before our money ran out, and so then we came home. And I picked up a really bad case of Montezuma's Revenge, and was just miserable on the trip home. And for a few days afterward. And of course, right after we got home and we got on the road and moved up here to Wyoming. And I really didn't recover fully until maybe we got into New Mexico and Colorado. That was not good.
So I assume you can speak English and Spanish, I guess?
Well, my Spanish is pretty rusty because that was years ago. That was back in the 70s. And of course I took some Spanish and French in high school, but I don't know too much of either language now.
I know a little Spanish and I know a little bonjour, the French bonjour and oui oui.
Right.
I know technically, but you
probably know more Spanish than you do French, don't you, JC?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
because I knew a little bit of Spanish, but then when I if you heard the recording from both the VC talent show and community karaoke, I surprised everyone by singing in Spanish as well.
Right. Yeah.
So that was a shocker because everybody didn't know I would sing in Spanish until I did it, and a pastor from my church who I know texted me the day after the performance. Actually, he came up to me and he said, "Wow, you did great. You should definitely try out for the Spanish worship team and sing in Spanish."
Wow.
And I'm like, maybe in the future, but not right now. I'm perfectly fine where I'm at.
You got a lot on your plate right now, I understand. So yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
But I do thank him for the recommendation, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Really interesting. And it's 8:45, by the way, Angela. So should we?
I'm gonna need to take off in a few minutes. So do you want me to give my website address again in case anybody wants that, and then they can get in touch with me? There is a contact form, so if you want to reach me by email, you can do it that way. So that address is www.abbiejohnsontayllor.com. And you should find all things Abby Johnson Taylor there. There's my blog. There are the pages for my books. There's the contact form. There's even some samples, fiction, nonfiction, poetry, plus book reviews. So there's all kinds of stuff there. So be sure and check it out. And if you have any more questions, you can reach out to me through the contact form on the site.
Yep, and there's also examples that she has published, samples which were recorded using a headset mic, which I don't think those will get updated anytime soon because those were old recordings that you've recorded.
Yeah, I highly doubt
it. Actually, well, I don't really have anything recorded up there. On my poetry sample page, I will sometimes record a file of me reading the poem along with the text, but there isn't a lot of audio up there except on each page there's a thing at the top that says welcome, and you click on that, you'll hear me welcoming you to my site. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the audio you'll find up there.
Yep, and if you don't mind, maybe in the future I can demo the website for the VC for the VisionCast Network.
Do it as a bonus episode, though,
as a bonus. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
That'll work. So that sounds good. So ABBIE.
It was nice meeting you, also, Abby.
Oh, nice
Yes,
meeting
indeed.
you too. Yes, it should
ABB.
be it should be in the show notes because I think Preston said it was going to be up there. So if I can give it out again if you need it, but then if you can go check in the
Well,
show notes if you.
actually, yeah, I was gonna say we will copy and paste it into the show notes when I upload the show. But
Okay.
I did post it on our Vision Cast Facebook page, and
Oh, okay.
I did send it out on our email list a few weeks
Okay,
ago when we got
perfect.
the interview confirmed.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep, and there will be a bonus episode in the future demonstrating your website. So if anyone wants to check it out in
Okay.
not too distant future, people can go on the website and there will be an audio demonstration of that as a bonus episode, because we can and we want to keep the normal episodes as normal as we can and just
Right,
post
right.
bonus because
Absolutely.
that's how we roll here. Well, I know you have to go, but do you want to give any final shout outs or
Yes,
whatever
you bet.
yeah, go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, all right. So I'd like to shout out to Cindy and Mika with the ACB community for all, well, it's especially Cindy, Mika too, but Cindy does a lot of the administrivia involved with the community. And if any of you are not familiar with the ACB community, there are a lot of things that go on Zoom besides karaoke. There are crafts, there's technology, there are book discussions, there are social calls. I do one the second Wednesday of the month called Abby's Alcove. So if you want, if you want to, the first thing I would do if I were you, if you are interested in the community, is if you have a smart speaker or a way to access the ACB media streams. Every day at 9 a.m. on AC Media 5, there's something called ACB Presents the Daily Schedule. And that is where the schedule of all activities in a given day is read. And of course, some of these activities are on the ACB media streams, and they will let you know that. So you can kind of listen. And then if you decide you want to get involved, you can send an email to community@acb.org. Community@acb.org. This is actually monitored by human beings. It's not one of those lists where you send a blank message. So be sure and let them know that you want the schedule and give them your email address. And then they will add you to the list and you'll get a schedule the night before that has all the events. And there are Zoom links, there are Clubhouse links. And then there's the information about where you can hear the programs on ACB Media. So definitely check out ACB Community. There's lots to do with them.
Oh,
So
yes.
so thank you.
I sat in on a few tech excursions and karaoke stuff, and it's great.
Yeah.
And you can also subscribe to the community as a podcast, by the way. I got it on my phone.
Yes. Yeah. AC as a podcast. And also there's the ACB Link app. I think it's just available for iPhones right now, but that gives you all the streams, podcasts, information about ACB, about affiliates and all and everything that you might find on their website is in that app. So
Yep, and might I say you did a darn good job. I listened to the replay of its playtime, and you did such a good job naming ABBA, the artist. That was impressive.
That was one of the few questions that I knew. Sometimes they have some tricky questions, and so
I wanted to mention it during the recording, but I kind of forgot, so I wanted to mention it before you head out of here. That was a good
thank
thing that you did on its playtime, and we did interview Cindy a while back. But maybe in the not too distant future, we might have a episode interview with both Cindy and or Belle, or both, depending on what their schedule's like, and kind of recap a 2025 convention that's coming up in July, and we'll probably highlight that and see what's going on with them and see what's new, because there's a lot of activities going on, so we'll see how that goes about. And we did the interview, but it was a while back, so we might might do it again in the not too distant future, but stay tuned for that. But anyways, Abby, I know you have to bounce out of here, but it was such a pleasure having you on our podcast. And like I said, if you have any recordings that you want to send to us, please send it to me and I will definitely share, or you can share it with Angela. You have all of our info, so you can send it, and we'll definitely feature you on a future installment of the VC Talent Show in the distant future. We'll definitely feature you. So
all right, well, sounds good. Thank you all. Good night, everybody.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Abby. We'll see you soon.
Thanks so much.
All right, that was our interview with Abby, and like I said, she's an amazing individual for writing books. You can check out her website, and like I said, there will be a bonus episode in the future demonstrating the website and all that good stuff. All right, so let's get into randomness and or announcements. So, Angela, if you're back, the microphone is yours, and I'll be the co-host if that's okay. I don't know if
you hosted the first half. George and I are gonna do the second half.
Okay, so you and George then. And
it was a split half.
Yeah, it was. But I'll still take part,
Yeah, it was the first half. You did that on your lonesome. Now this is our turn.
Yeah, right. Yes.
George says he has a surprise he wanted me to play. I said I would play it the second half.
So again, I was on 26th anniversary, so this will be aired after that. So this is for anniversary this week, so I hope you enjoy it, and I worked real hard on it, so I really like it.
All right, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's play the surprise. That way I can give George his reaction, and then we'll do announcements and random.
But she doesn't see it, so just said for today, she's not heard any chat, though. This is brand new.
Is it Love Beyond World?
That's it.
Okay. All right, let's play it.
Kiss me over the moon, babe. Tell me you will always be mine, babe. Never let me go, love, as I kiss your lips. Hold me in your heart beyond this life, my angel. Love your boyfriend, George. You are so amazing, love. I need you in my life. Be mine, babe. As I hold you here tonight, you are my life. Kiss me and sleep in my arms for life. Kiss me over the moon, babe. Tell me you will always be mine, babe. Never let me go, love, as I kiss your lips. Hold me in your heart beyond this life, my angel. Love your boyfriend, George. You are so amazing, love. I need you in my life. Be mine, babe. As I hold you here tonight, you are my life. Kiss me and sleep in my arms for life. Love your boyfriend, George. You are so amazing, love. I need you in my life. Be mine, babe. As I hold you here tonight, you are my life.
Wow.
Hey, that was impressive. Wow.
Nailed it.
That was very, very sweet. But the song did not say the word Angela in it, so not worthy. Sorry, Doodles.
Screw you then. You're fired.
That was
All
good.
it said was Angel. It was supposed to say my name. You know I want personal songs. Make it personal, George. No.
You're fired.
I'm all kidding aside. No, George, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for making that for me, sweetness.
Yeah, well,
I'm just
I've
giving you
noticed.
hell.
Well, I can tweak that back to two things also good. Maybe the version for us like it's shorter and longer, but when type things in me longer.
I noticed that there were key changes in that song.
Yes, it did.
Yep, it went from one octave to the next octave. That's
Yeah,
the first time
He
I've
changed
heard
to
it.
semitone. Yes.
Semitone, yeah.
That was the first. I did not know it could do that.
Yes, it can. But, by the way, Donald, I couldn't resist myself. Well, it's all George's fault. But oh yeah, I need it. I sunk Music Mayhem to Dropbox. I just have to send it, unless you want to send it, George. Either way. Okay, yeah, the morning edition. It's in our folder. But yeah, the morning edition. I couldn't resist myself. I was supposed to be romantic, but George slept all day, stood me up for most of the show, and then he decided to play jokes on me. So you got a little bit of a song war, even though that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, bird!
Wow.
Dang!
Wow.
Wow, that's really interesting. All right, so does any of y'all have any announcement? I actually do have one. I just remembered because, I thought I had none.
I don't think I have any, so you guys go ahead.
All right, so I'll go first just because I can. No, love you both. In all seriousness, love you both. All right, so this coming Saturday, this coming Saturday, as you know, I am with Scott, who happens to be the husband of Lynn, who's my ComHap worker. So I have three. I have three ComHap workers that work with me. And so this Saturday, we are going to do something that honestly I've never done before. And that is we're going to go and, share the good news of, Jesus Christ to those people that are, that are in need of it. And we're going to be doing it. We're going to be evangelizing the word to the people outdoors. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be me, my lead pastor from church, and a friend of mine, and of course my ComHab workers. So all three of us are going to do it this weekend. So I'm looking forward to doing it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I will definitely let you guys know how it went. The recital is still taking place on the 21st of June, and I will be doing that, and it's going to be at the same location that the recital 2 years ago happened at Vassar College. And if you heard the first, I don't think you guys heard the first duet that I did. Well, yeah, the first duet I did with my voice instructor. It was Cheek to Cheek, and we did that at Vassar College. And then the drum solo, you did not hear. Well, you did hear it, but it was actually recorded live at the. It was actually recorded live at the school itself. But there will be another drum solo, which is going to be very interesting. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. And of course, our Delight meeting is coming up this week. And Cecilia's doing okay, by the way, in case you guys are curious. She is doing okay. She has been very busy, but she misses you guys. She really misses all you guys.
Same here.
On the podcast.
Glad she's keeping busy, though.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She's gearing up for Delight. She's gearing up for the sessions, and we have a couple of new volunteers that are going to be joining. One's joining this Friday, and then another one is going to do a trial run in May. And he's actually the husband of Kim, the one that sang at the gig. Her husband is going to do a trial run at Delight, and then once the trial run's over, then he's going to officially start volunteering in June. So it's going to be amazing. I mean, we have a lot of people in Delight, and it's going to be so much fun. And you might hear in the future, I will message either you or Angela, whatever the case may be, the performance of one of the songs that we're going to do at the next Delight gathering. So it'll be probably this weekend, this week. This week leading into the weekend, I'll send it for the next VC talent show. So, and it's gonna be me, and we might have two key players, one playing keyboard and the other one playing guitar. So we might have double portion. So we're gonna have like a band at some point, and my friend Anya, who you guys met a while back, is going to get married in May. So a lot of things happen. Yeah, a lot of things happening. So, yeah, stay tuned. We might have some recordings of her in the not too distant future as well. Her mom's a singer and a songwriter as well. I haven't told her about the podcast yet, but I'm going to when she is not too busy. We'll see if you guys are interested in having her being interviewed, because she writes music as well. So we'll get together and see what her schedule's like, and we'll see if we can get the interview going. If not, then at least we can get some recordings of her original songs that you guys can play. And she has written a lot of originals. What, George?
Quick question, Angela. Did you send the vidcast for tonight or not yet? Because she did also not sure you sent that or not yet. Vidcast for last week. If she's maybe she's away. Angela, you there? I'm not sure she's still away. She may still away from my phone a minute. If not, I'm not going to wait. If there's new be, and no, it's not yet. All right, well, guys, good to see you. Good.
Yeah, I thought she stepped away, but I'm not sure.
All right, yeah, that's good. I just sent down the music man of the morning. All right, so it should be emailed by this comments.
Yeah, and speaking of emails and sending stuff out, I do want to remind people that even though this week we interviewed Abby, if you want more fun from her, you can catch our most recent episode, which I am in the process of sending out live to the podcast players. But last week on the 15th, we got to interview. Abby got to observe our talent portion of the show last week.
Yeah, it was fun.
So yeah, it was great. So just be on the lookout for that. So it's going to be the most recent episode before I publish this week's episode with the interview. And
nice.
On Radio Connection Live this week, we are going to enjoy some Sirius XM air checks. One Christian, the other being country from the 2000s and 2010s. We're also going to play with more AI fun. We're going to try and come up with a potential RCL AI theme song with your help, and we're going to use it. We're going to use the songs interchangeably. So that should be fun. So
a new editor is an awesome person. A new editing person is a great person. Will do the best job possible.
Yes, indeed.
Change, I heard so. Yep. I think the change was coming a long time coming, so that's a good change.
Yep. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be coming out to you on your favorite podcast player and radio station near you. I'm actually going to send that out probably either late tonight or early in the not too early in the morning, because I usually get up by like usually 8. So
yeah, and we text. I'm not awake yet.
I like to get my.
Okay.
When I upload podcasts, like for the start of the day, I just upload them,
Yep.
after I wake up and I get ready for the day. But thankfully, Creators has a scheduling tool, so you'll be able to schedule shows to be uploaded.
Oh, cool.
When it's convenient for you.
Cool.
So you can schedule shows. Because I've done that with VisionCast. If I get a finished episode, like late in the evening, and I know I'm not going to be near the app, I can just schedule the upload, and then it'll upload when I tell it to schedule it.
Right. So cool.
So yeah, that's going to be exciting. So just be on the lookout for that. All coming to you shortly. And
nice.
It's going to be a warm rest of the week here. I am very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of got nice out here in New York, which it was really nice out. So we got a chance to go to Starbucks. We went to walk outside, and of course we went to a McDonald's. So that's really cool.
Oh yeah,
got some good food. I'm back.
Yeah, we did. Hey, Phil.
Oh.
Yeah, we went to Mickey D's and we ate some. And I actually got some unfortunate news, and unfortunately, it's not that good. They're actually gonna get rid of the brownies at Starbucks in May.
Oh damn! Wow.
No! Oh,
I heard
I'd love the brownies.
One of the representatives told me I was actually at Starbucks and they're going to get rid of the brownies in May, so.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I had a couple of those.
Yeah. But
I had a couple of those either when I got Starbucks delivered here or if I go pick it up or something. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but we did find a place that sells brownies. We have an ice cream place in the Middletown at the Galleria Mall in Middletown, and they serve delicious brownies. Oh, they are so good. Yeah, they are so good. I love those brownies. Those are real good brownies.
That's one thing I want to try and bake sometime soon. You just gave me a good idea.
Yeah.
Student behave. No.
Yeah.
Dude,
but when I heard, but when I heard that news, I was like, oh man, dang. I was about to, but the brownies are so good. So, which, by the way, are you guys, for RCL, are you guys doing any interviews on your end?
Well, we have some stuff in the pipeline. I think when we get Tim's technical issues straightened out, we're gonna be interviewing JC Jennings. She is the daughter of the late great Florida radio DJ Heather Jennings, who passed on late last year in that car accident.
Okay.
So we're gonna interview her daughter. She's gonna give us more insight on the life of Heather and all that. So that's coming very, very soon. We don't have a date confirmed yet, but we've been emailing back and forth. She actually commented on one of our. She sent a comment to us on Spotify when we did the tribute for Heather in January, and then we've been interacting on a Facebook Messenger.
Oh.
So.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I was kind of too. I thought Tim was not on the show anymore.
Well, he's still part of the team. He just had some technical issues with Zoom.
Jamie said he fired him. That's what Jamie told me, that he fired him. Is that not the case now?
Well, I think he's still a part. Jamie thinks he has an old machine, and we can't figure out like what the deal is.
Interesting, because I talked to Jamie the other day, and he said that Tim was fired. He fired him.
Oh, dang.
But okay.
Well, I guess we'll hear what happens. I mean, he still emails us content, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he could be on post production or whatever.
Now, why would he fire Tim? Tim's pretty good.
No, well, his production's good, but he's kind of bringing the team down negatively. I hate to say that.
He's not really technology inclined per se. So.
And he's also got a negative attitude, which is bringing down the team.
Right.
Oh boy.
That's why I was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh. Because I heard differently, unless they worked things out that I didn't know.
You shouldn't in that case. Being Wesley United, or you shouldn't have that. Or being,
Yeah.
I we'll figure out. Yep. I guess that's probably everything.
Yep, we'll figure it out.
This question is hard to see what you let, because shit happens. Oh, good.
Yep.
With my ammo, good. Okay, is this something you guys want or not yet? Is this something you guys want or not? It's curious, because I have it in the box here. I see a bit. Must be sent it.
Oh, to Donald? Yeah, I think I sent him Vision Cast, but not Music Mayhem.
Yeah, and by the way, Vision Cast is running right now on the station right now.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I got the money for Vision Cast. I got the version labeled down something else. So.
Yep, I'll label that.
Crazy.
Yep, Vision Cast is running right now on the station, so.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I guess that'll be after a conversation. We'll have to deal with some point. It's not to be consistent, that's all.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
So, yeah, I know for RCL, that's the only interview we have coming up soon. But I'm sure more will be coming once we think more. And yeah, this is going to be very interesting.
Yep. Well, it's at the least. To say the least. Yeah, so we'll probably chat around here.
I'm still here. I was just muted. I was doing something. I was multitasking. But
where were you time-wise? Do you know where time-wise we're at as far as...
What?
Where were you time-wise?
I don't even know.
Okay, Kay, what time is it?
Oh, time. 9:18.
We should be good.
I just say these more.
Yeah,
we are at 18 actually. 18 after.
Yeah, we're good. We're 9:18, so we're good.
So your name,
it's going slow, man.
Kay, what was this?
Yeah, we are like 9. Yeah, we're 9:18. So yeah, only 1 month left, and I'll be in Florida, spending time with family.
Yes,
so
I know you're excited about that trip.
I'm pumped. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in Florida. I'll be able to catch up, be in the sunshine, and hanging out. Yeah, we'll be spending time with my brother, my family over there, and I'll be hanging out with them this week. I mean, not this week, next month rather. And then, I'll be hanging out next month. And, of course, I will provide you, audio stuff while I'm down there. Oh yeah, so I was gonna actually tell you guys that if you guys have a Mac, you're gonna be excited. I know, Angela, you have a Mac, and it's gonna be something, interesting. So, there is a company, they haven't emailed me yet. I signed up to become a beta tester for their upcoming AI voice assistant that will let you control your computer for the visually impaired. And it is really cool. You get to do things like, you know, things that you wouldn't normally do using the Lady S, but it's more than that. You can actually have it read what's on your computer screen. You can have it ask certain tasks, like read using this using a search capability, and for those first 10 that have signed up, you'll get access to it for free. There is going to be a subscription optionally, but they have not discussed it yet. And there will be a YouTube video demonstrating this, and they have I have signed up for it, and other people have signed up for it, and it's and I signed up for it on AppleVis, and they're going to send an email out hopefully by the end of this week, and the link will be included so that I can do testing to make sure everything works, and it's going to be under development, and you can...
It's not yet. It's still in development. It's still not really out yet as far as...
Yeah, it's not out yet. It's still being developed. They have to make sure that bugs are being worked on. So, I will... On some point, I will do a bonus episode, but for right now, I will definitely send you the YouTube link so you guys can check out the video, and it's only available for macOS at this time. There is no Windows version, unfortunately, so the only thing that you have is a Mac version, and you have a Mac version, and unfortunately there is no Windows version. There might be coming down the pipeline, but they're not entirely sure yet because they just started, and the developer is slowly going to load it and send emails out one by one to people that have already signed up. I'm actually one of them, and it's going to be amazing. And yes, there will be mentioned on several podcasts when it gets time to unveil it to everyone else. But they're slowly, getting it out there, and it's going to have some, feature improvements and things like that. And by the time iOS 19 launches in June, it will probably have some capabilities of, and you can use the, AI to do things like, record something or whatever. So that's going to be new. And if you have a Mac, you can sign up for it. The website is on the AppleVis forum. So if you want to sign up, there is a website that you can go to. Anyone can sign up for it. You just put your email address in there, and then they will send it out to those that have signed up, and you'll be able to become a beta tester and test out the upcoming updates whenever they roll out. And it's automatic, so you don't have to worry about checking for updates. So that was the one thing I forgot to mention about that.
Yep. But folks,
it's still a fraction. It's not really out yet, so it's always out there. Well, it's kind of on the bricks right now until it's actually getting closer.
Well, I'll test it.
Same like June yet.
Yeah, you have a Mac, so you can test it.
I'll test it.
Okay.
I'm what exactly is it? Because
It's called Nexi.
Nexi.
Don't know if you heard of it.
No.
It's AI.
I stepped away for a minute. So what does Nexi do?
So it's an AI. They're calling it an AI, kind of like what Lady S does, but it's more geared towards people with vision loss or whatever, and it has
so it's like a personal assistant.
Yeah, and it has more features which will be added over time. Like you can do a web search. You can ask what is on your screen. You can control your computer entirely through your voice, and voice control is great. I love voice control, which I do use sometimes, but sometimes voice control can get very weird. So hopefully with this enhancement and features will get added over time. You can ask it for a certain command, like you can control a computer. You can even ask it to click on buttons. So if you want to compose a message, you can say press compose or press whatever button, and you can even play videos on YouTube, which is cool as well.
Well, that's cool.
I've not tried it, but
maybe I'll give it a try. We'll see. But
yeah, it's on the Applefist website.
But probably should do a bonus episode on it. I don't think we would do it in the main one.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. As soon as it...
I don't know, since it's one out there, we kind of figure which ones are going to go first and second, because...
Yeah, once everyone gets the link and there is going to be a video that they're going to work on, so I will send the link to the video, and then once the testing works and everything is, working, it's not going to be perfect, because sometimes, AI messes things up, but it's a work in progress, so it's going to be on constant development. So, and there's a team that's going to be working on it, and they're going to, there is going to be some, questions that they have to the developers, and, if you sign up, they will get you access to the app, and plus, if you have any questions, you can email them directly. So I'll, as soon as I get as soon as they post the video, then I will send out the link so you guys can check out the video for yourself and, hear how it works and just kind of hear what it does. And it's
more pressing. All right, let's say she's up to Nora, who's had the surgery this week. So let's Nora to have a serious recovery.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Nora.
So recovery in close to her soon.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, Nora is. Yeah, I forgot about that. Nora has a appointment. Yeah, we did. We got to mention that, but that's really interesting. Okay, so it's
Well, I'm still.
Yep.
I'm sure she's still listening, but yeah, definitely, Nora, keep up the good work. Hope things go well with your surgery, and we'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, sounds like you have a cold, Preston. What's up? What's up with that? You have a cold or something?
Well, I assume it's just, I don't know, spring allergies. I've been drinking water and stuff, so.
Yeah, me too. I've been drinking water as well.
Yeah, yesterday I was wondering, I'm like, oh shoot, because I was sneezing a lot last night.
Yeah.
It was allergies, thank goodness.
Yeah,
I should love you over here. Allergies. Yeah.
My mom did say that we are going to get the carpeting replaced here at the house at some point this year, because we have like some dry stuff in the one hallway. So that needs replaced. So I'm not sure if we're going to get the whole carpeting replaced or the one side leading to the living room, but that's going to be her project this year.
Of course, cool. Roger's going to smack you, by the way. Just for no reason, so me, Alvin Roger will smack you around. Just $2. No reason, just $2. Yeah, and you can get the first smack you want, and then I'll take a second smack, and then Roger the third smack. What the pinata?
Sure, George. We'll make sure all the smacks are dedicated to you.
No, not me.
George.
Okay, that's overkill. That's
Prepare to
You
be
were a little
smacked
distorted there,
down.
sweetness. I mean, JC, you were a bit distorted there when you did that. You were a bit distorted.
Oh, my bad. Let me try that again.
Yes,
George,
don't
There you go. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, that's better. You got really distorted there.
That was my bad because I was too close. I gotta be careful with that because I'm too close to the microphone.
Yeah, because I'm engineer, so that's kind of what my hands are at.
By the way, we have 2 taglines now to end our show with.
Oh, 2?
Careful, hey.
Uh-oh. Oh, deal.
Oh, no. What is it?
We still have Doodle spill the milk.
Okay.
But for Philip, because, well, I'm just gonna say, which, apologies to the whole team. Last week was a shit week, to be honest.
Yeah,
It was a clusterfuck week. It was not good. It was
Yeah, well, I mean, I can tell by the messages it was a bad week, so I completely understand.
Last week was a long week. I had just moved upstairs, so I was kind of tired because I had been that whole weekend previous. I had been going up and down, up and down, up and down because I lived on. See, this house is 3 stories. I lived on the bottom story. Now I live on the top story. So basically, I had to take my stuff up from the bottom all the way to the top. So up, down, up, down, up, down, Saturday and Sunday. And then shout out to David Sr. and Fabian, his friend, for Merving.
That is the best. Oh, man.
I've been tongue-tied all damn day.
Dang.
All damn night. What we're doing about romance socks?
That's
I meant to say romance songs, and I said socks. Now, there were several times I was tongue-tied.
There was,
But no,
I mean, back on this review.
it was Donald for a second, I think.
Yeah.
But
Donald, you might have to mute there, buddy.
Yeah, we're echoing a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go. But no, shout out to David Sr. and his friend Fabian for helping us. They moved my furniture up there, but still, it was just a lot, taking stuff up and, going up and down from all the way from the bottom to the top. It's a lot of work, and even though, what, George?
You're talking about someone said,
no, it stopped. It stopped. I don't.
No, I might a little bit. Okay.
Maybe that's just you, George. But it stopped. But and there goes my mail. But anyway, they moved all the furniture upstairs, so I appreciate it. But moving, even in the same house, it's a lot of work. It was tiring, and I just was not in the best mood. I just wanted to be left alone, basically. And I just things kind of.
Well, we both one week, and that's.
I'll just say things. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just going to say things went to hell in a handbasket pretty fast.
You don't say a lot of details, though.
With George and Philip, both.
Oh.
So anyway, back to where there's 2 taglines now. So
3.
There's 2. We're not saying your stupid dumbass one.
Yeah,
I'm the producer. I choose what's said and what's not said, George. So there. Oh, shut up. Shut up. So
George, shut your trap.
How are you?
I said.
It's right here. It's showing here that please is spelling with the burn here.
Well, then maybe that'll teach you to shut up, George.
No, I have to turn up, dude.
So
that's showing here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's right in his ear. But maybe that'll teach him to shut up.
Oops.
No. Yeah, thanks for cursing. Though.
No.
So,
but
yeah, you were saying the two tech ones? The tech ones?
So
3.
There's
no,
2.
There's just 2.
I'm the producer, there's 2. So
I'm co-producer 3.
Well, I'm the one that has the final say so. You're just tagging along out of pity.
I'm the one who has the ball, so it's 3.
Dang.
Not bad, Missy.
So
You're nothing you take.
So, whatever you say, whatever, Doodles. So, I'm not gonna go into details, obviously, but because we had a really bad week, we were broken up for a day and a half. And George was like, in the email.
She begged me to come back for her. She said, "Can we?"
I did not fucking beg him.
I am not gonna second that you, dear. You're amazing. Please come back. I will not do it again.
I did not. No, so. Oh, shut it. Okay. Anyway, so he said at that time in that email, please, I'm not gonna be Doodles. Don't call me Doodles. So I had to come up with a tagline. I'm like, okay, well, I guess Philip is Doodles. So but now George and I worked out our differences, so now they're both Doodles. So our two taglines: I'm never Doodles. Doodles spilled the milk, and Doodles missed the bus.
And Doodles comes to big houses. We're not.
That was a one-time fucking thing.
So is the milk, Doodles.
No, you spilled the milk a couple times, and Philip, he's missed his bus many times.
Well, I agree with that.
How many? Well, we lost track, to be honest.
Their bus is parked in my family. They still miss the bus.
He's missed his bus. He's missed his train. I mean, he's missed it several times. But yeah, I was so busy with the show, I didn't get to do my workout. And usually I didn't. So I'm doing it tonight after I feed the dogs.
Huh? Any starters?
You got one last night, so shut the fuck up.
Hey, you can't touch the Doodles. Big cut soccer.
Wow. Okay.
So she said, "Hi, big couch. How are you?" I'm the answer. I have such big houses.
Shut up, George.
Are you have big couch? Yes.
No, what happened was, did I television cast that story?
Yeah, tell again.
Did you?
So what happened was, when I was still living downstairs on the bottom story before I moved up top, it was a few days before I moved up top, I had gone to the bathroom, and I was coming out of the bathroom, and I have a little bit of vision, and I thought I had seen Sergeant laying at the top of the stairs on the landing. So I, went up there to say hi to him. I'm like, "Hi, Sergeant," because I thought I saw him laying there, which I did, but the ironic thing is, he was further down. What I was really looking at was my nephew's baby stroller.
Oops.
So when I was thinking I was talking to Sergeant, in reality, I was talking to the baby stroller.
Yeah, you did. I think you shared the story last week.
Yeah.
I thought I had, but I couldn't remember.
You
did.
Yeah,
I remember you shared it.
And Angela, didn't you say your sister said, "Are you talking to the stroller?"
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, damn it, yes.
That's funny.
You should interview. We should. Is your sister a talkative person or no?
She wouldn't really. This really wouldn't be her vibe, to be honest. And she's got a lot going on right now, so.
Yeah, babies out.
She's a full-time mom now. She's Mama Bear.
Oh, mom. Oh, darn.
She's a full-time Mama Bear.
Yep.
She's taking care of him every day.
I was about to say, if she was a talkative person, we would have her on the podcast talking about, life, but unfortunately, she's busy, but that's okay.
Yeah, she's got a lot going on. I mean, even before she became a mom, she's always had a busy life. She's been working a lot, and yeah, even before she became a mom, she's a go-getter. She's been doing a lot of great things.
For you.
That's always good. We need people like that.
Yeah, and you definitely miss karaoke these past few weekends.
But songs that make me cringe. Yeah, Philip and I should do that Barbie girl duet, and we will totally fuck it up.
Oh.
This is the one song that Philip is allowed to sing without me fucking wanting to kill him.
Oh.
Because that always happens.
Yep, well, I do have some
He's
stuff.
there still or no? You dropped.
You there still, Phil?
Yeah, Phil, I hope you're still there or you didn't drop or anything.
May have said wait for him. I'm not sure if he said wait for him.
Doodles.
I'm still here. I'm still. All right. I'm still here.
You are.
So,
what the hell?
which, by the way, I'm so safe, Philip, because you've got nothing. So, the fuck
I do.
there.
What do you mean? I heard the whole thing.
No, I mean, there's no more in your reservoir.
Oh. I can shop for him,
Okay.
So I'm safe.
You're on, sweetness. You're on.
Oh. Dang.
There'll be some coming.
Like Preston, who let everyone and their little brother hear it, but didn't send it to me. Doodles. Oh yeah, what time is it?
Oh, it's
It is
9:41.
Might as well start.
9.
Who's the key for us?
9:41.
Yeah, we'll do Katie first because she owes me a raspberry date.
Oh.
Can I go second, please?
Okay, you can go second.
No.
Thank you.
Yes, she can. Stop it. We'll have Jordan. Well,
Yeah, I can first one.
we'll have old fart pain in the butt piece of shit. Ever loving.
I just want to see you. So.
Go first.
Yeah, why not?
So, everything for the VisionCast team. I'd be being here. Please do my thing if you want. You're awesome. That was great of you. Just stop playing anyone. Yeah, myself or Angela or Preston or anyone in the VisionCast list, and just stop in. Make sure you get the link to my just girlfriends. I just Angela J. I promise you something. It's lovely. You're amazing. So you're you're awesome. I hope we come back on show soon. And I'm not sure. I heard from you really late, so I hope we come back on show soon. Just so that I hope you're doing well on my show. They're lovely. Hope you're doing well with us. And to the rest of the team, to Donald, thank you all for listening to the show. And Donald, thank you for on our show every single week. I appreciate it. As soon as I give the evening show label, they'll send it over to you. You want to show the sent to you already, so you should have it by now, I think. And for me, that's pretty much it. And love you all, and have a great day. Nora, of course, also Nora, safe speedy recovery as well.
Yes, safe, speedy recovery to Nora. That must really suck.
Yeah.
All right.
I heard the news. That was interesting.
All right. The Queen of Raspberries. Oh, wait, that's my title.
Oh.
No, it's not.
And then I'll go after Katie, Angela, because I usually duck out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Go ahead, Katie.
Okay. I like to do a shout out to my sister this week because this Friday is her birthday. Birthday, so
right.
I wanted to wish her a happy birthday, and a shout out to the Vision Cash. You guys are the greatest. I enjoyed the person that you interview.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
George, you'll have to send me the website if you get the website. So I might have to check that out.
I'll be able to do that play.
Yeah, either JC and I could. Either one of us could.
Okay.
I'll send it. I have it. I'll send it to you, Katie, when I can.
Okay.
Oh, you can mark JC's information by else it was.
Yeah.
All right.
And also shout out to Nora. Hope she is feeling better. With that surgery, whatever surgery she was having. Hope she feels better. Missed her on here, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. See ya.
Talk soon, Katie.
Talk soon, Katie.
And George, can you call me when you done the show?
Yeah, if you didn't come in because I'll probably use that from then I'll call you back.
Okay.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
Yep. Baby.
All right, we'll do JC and then we'll do Preston.
All right, well, shout out.
Hey, what about me?
Oh.
You'll come after Preston, Doodlesham. Now shut it.
Yeah.
Wait, oh.
Yeah, deal with it. Anyways, I love doing that. All right, anyway, shout out goes to the entire Vision Cast team. You all are amazing. Shout out goes to Abby, our featured interviewer. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. We had such a great time. And I can't believe you're going to be 64 next month. That's really interesting. A lot of things happening in May. Anyway, a shout out to you, of course, to our greatest producer ever, Angela J., who is amazing at what she does every single week. So shout out goes to you, love V. We all love V. And, of course, shout out to my church fam, my Delight family, which I will see this Friday. Whoop, whoop. Cecilia, Dane, Maricela, Deirdre, Jess, Rachel, Jill, Anya, Ruben, Emily, the whole 9 yards. And, well, I can't believe I got all their names right without messing up. That's really impressive. But shout out goes to you all. I love you very much, and I love the Delight fam so much. Cannot wait to see you this week. And, of course, to all the listeners, those that have been listening and or watched on YouTube, there will be bonus episodes coming down the pipeline real soon, so be sure to stick around for that. And until next time, have a great week, and I'm out of here. Have a great week, everybody, and I will see you next week for the...
George,
shut your trap! Anyways, I will see you next week for the normal, for the VC Talent Show, rather, for next week. Get your performance in, and I will see you all next week. Until then, I'm out. Peace.
Okay. See you, Jason.
All right, Preston, then Old Fart Phil.
Good call. Just kidding. Well, as always, I do give a shout out to all our Vision Cast team for putting the show together, because without you guys, well, there will be no show. We always say that, and it's true. We do want to thank Abby again for stopping by and, giving us a chance to interview her. She definitely has a good resume, and she has a lot of life. So please check out our website. I have it linked on our Facebook page at VisionCast. You can also check for it on our email list, and we'll put the link in the show notes too. So ABBIEJohnsonTaylor.com. But again, that link will be in the show notes to make it easier for all to access and enjoy. So definitely cool stuff. I was going through her site a bit when we confirmed the interview. It was definitely very inspiring. So
for sure.
Yep.
So I also want to give a shout out to our listeners. If you're listening on Super Mix Radio, stand by for more great music and content coming very shortly. I will upload RCL either after we get off the air or during the week, obviously, and all that. So I do want to shout out to all my friends and family that may be hearing this, and much, much more. So, as always, more is coming down the pipe. So make sure you do stay tuned to our VisionCast email list, our VisionCast Facebook, the Story Crazy Network YouTube channel. You can still learn more about us at visioncast.network. And yeah, more is coming down the pipe.
All right. Okay. Phil?
Shout outs to our VisionCast team. Shout out to Nora. I hope your surgery and your dentist appointment goes well. Shout outs to our guest for our interviewer for today. Thank you for coming on to the show. For Abby. Round of applause for Abby. Shout outs to my family, to my brothers, to my cousins, my mom, my uncle, my older brothers, and 3 amazing, beautiful shout outs to my dearest, beautiful Leona, my dearest, beautiful Angela L., as well to my dearest, most amazing Angela J. Love the sweetness. And George, you're always going to be all fart doodles.
And he put me last. That's why we're saying his tagline.
I know.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Fire pit.
All right, Donald.
Yeah, I'd like to get out my shout outs to the entire VisionCast team, and thanks for a great show tonight. And be sure you guys to tune in to Super Mix Radio for all the music and entertainment.
Awesome.
Yep. More's coming down the pipe.
Yep, and
marathon this upcoming week, but they show airs. We marathon week.
Yeah, Music Mayhem tomorrow morning. Don't forget, 8:00.
Yep.
Yes, and this is going to be Romantic Week with a little bit of side song work. Not much, just a little.
That's last week because we're in the show a week ahead of time, so that's last week.
Yes, I will demo that in the bonus episode as well.
Oh. I guess that was... That's weird. I'm talking and then play it on air. Okay, I think, did everybody do their shout-outs?
I believe so.
I believe so. My turn.
So.
All right. Shout out to the whole entire VisionCast team. To Pain in the Butt boyfriend George, who's going to be replaced by Philip.
Or have been.
And to Preston, who's going to take the place of second boyfriend.
Wait. I am POS. So I go first. So,
Oh, whatever. No. All kidding aside, shout out to my dearest George. Shout out to my dearest Philip. To Angela and Leona. And to all our listeners, please be sure to tune in. We have lots of romantic music. I did most of tomorrow's show because Old Fart Doodles had to sleep all damn day.
I did the whole shit because you were tired, so.
Oh, shut it. But no, he did all of Thursday's show.
March and April and May and June and July.
By the time you're listening to this next week, it'll already have aired, but still. But
there's always Music Mayhem Marathon, so it may pop up again. You never know.
That's the week.
But to the live audience at the same, yep.
Yeah, July.
There we go. But to the live audience, yeah, we have Romance Music Mayhem all week long. So with a little bit of side war because George was misbehaving as usual. And now that things are so much better, we have 2 taglines. But before we say them, shut up, George. We're not talking about the baby strollers, so shut up.
You mentioned it already. So
Keep technology alive. Let your talent shine.
Sure thing, Ken.
Shut up, George. And most importantly, we'll do George's first. Say it with me.
Yep.
Doodles.
Doodles.
Spilled the milk.
The milk.
And now we do Phillips.
Oh, fuck.
Here we
Oh,
go.
fuck. Oh, wow.
Here we go. Ready? Doodles
Doodles.
missed the bus.
Oh, hell no. I didn't miss my bus. Nah, Doodles.
And Doodles on the big houses. Good night. I'll be a good bus.
Shut it, George. Love you guys. Take care and God
Bless.
bless.